E3 in June? More like E3 all spring long. What's going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and a ton of tentpole titles have been unveiled lately, both intentionally and unintentionally. First, it was Battlefield 5 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, then The Division 2, a little dirt on the potential Splinter Cell 2018, and now Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third and final part in the new Lara Croft trilogy that I personally love. Now, this one was pretty overt, as Crystal Dynamics did post a teaser site leading to a reveal tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But smart sleuths dug through the webcode and found the important information already. In fact, the teaser trailer has leaked as well, but as it airs before the brand new movie, I felt it best to leave it out of this video. The info, though, is that Shadow of the Tomb Raider will be launching on September 14th, 2018 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. No Nintendo Switch. But that's still big news, because if you remember, Rise of the Tomb Raider was a timed exclusive last time around. And recently Microsoft said this would be the biggest E3 ever, which I feel like they say every year. But now we know that Shadow of the Tomb Raider won't be a big part of it, which is a win-win, because everybody gets to play Tomb Raider, and hopefully Microsoft has another surprise. But back to this game, it's very interesting, because in fact, a year and a half ago, someone spotted a laptop on a But it's very interesting because if you remember, a year and a half ago, back in October of 2016, someone spotted a laptop on a Montreal subway bearing a Shadow of the Tomb Raider logo. And we suppose that that was the new game they were working on, and in fact, it turns out that that's the actual logo, and that is what that dude was working on. Now, back then, they wondered if it was Eidos Montreal because it was a Montreal subway. It looks like it is Crystal Dynamics, at least as far as I can tell. But I'm super freaking pumped. I love the first two games, and it'll have been 3 years since Rise, which seems crazy, but it'll be almost 3 years since Rise, come September 14th of this year. So we are due for a new Lara adventure, and I hope that they upgrade and improve, and mostly change it up. I really love the formula. I think the combat is incredible. I like the story. I like the character. I like the overall gameplay and traversal systems. But I want there to be some distinguishing factors and some new environments, and most importantly, some new characters and enemies. I'm kind of sick of the whole statue come to life thing. I think it's totally fine to have paranormal and magic in Tomb Raider, but just get a little more crazy with it, or at least a little more creative. I'm not saying we have to go with the whole walking house thing that was part of the Rise DLC, but again, big statues. I'm over it. And I really like when Lara goes a little more linear. I think they do such a good job at crafting these eerie and mysterious environments. I hope they double down on that. I still want it to be open. I think it's awesome to see Lara zipping and flying and jumping and leaping around big areas. But I feel like some of my favorite new Tomb Raider moments are when it's a little bit more controlled. And I hope that they make this the best one yet, especially since it's going to start out on all platforms, and that's a big get for fans. It's also a big get for this fall because it's shaping up to be a heavy hitter laced season. We now have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5, Super Smash Bros., most likely a big Destiny 2 expansion, and whatever else gets unveiled along the way. There still are inevitably more big announcements at E3, and the fall is already shaping up to be hopefully stellar. It makes a little more sense now why games like Days Gone and Anthem would want to get out the way, because this seems to be a fall full of really popular and really well-known franchises. And maybe you could argue that that's every fall, but when you're talking Red Dead, Smash Bros., Tomb Raider, Call of Duty, Battlefield, it's a pretty big fall of the biggest of big games. And who knows, we may get a Halo 6 in there as well. In that case, yikes, it's going to be a crowded and crazy fall season, which I'm super excited for. What game are you most pumped for that we know is coming this fall? Smash, Red Dead, maybe even Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I personally love these games. I made that mention, but I think they strike a really great balance between shooter, story, and exploration. They're awesome. I sort of fell in love with third-person shooters a couple years ago. I don't know, I almost began to prefer that over first-person shooters, just because they can tell, I feel, a more compelling story. You feel a little bit closer to the characters, and I like the way it impacts traversal and especially stealth. I like a little bit of stealth in my shooters, and third person does it best. So what are you excited for, and how do you feel about Shadow of the Tomb Raider? There also was some concept art leaked that hints at the setting for this new game, and it was kind of confirmed by the aforementioned teaser trailer. It looks like Lara is headed to either an Egyptian area or maybe a South American area, but it's got a very desert, hieroglyphic, temple-y vibe, which isn't that out of the ordinary for Lara Croft, but it's still interesting to know. There have been so many leaks lately. Is it a good thing? That's a topic for another video. Right now, let me know your thoughts on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm beyond pumped. I think this fall is shaping up to be an awesome one, and I hope you're all excited. I'll be back with another beat if something hits, which it seems like at this pace it's going to. Just give it a week or so. We'll have another huge game unveiled, intentionally or unintentionally. But in the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I love you. Have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. And until next time, we will see you all later.